Hey, welcome back. Today we are going to be playing with my first ever Unearthly Cosmetics palette, the Hauntingly Glamorous palette that they did in collaboration with Sydney Nicole, the spooky queen herself. And with their new Halloween spooky palettes coming out soon, definitely go check out their socials to see the pictures and find out more because they are to die for. I just wanted to play with something I had that was already spooky from them. I don't know if this palette itself is still available. I hope it is, but if not, they have so many different amazing palettes. You can't go wrong with any of the others. See the color story inside. I can't hold mine up all the way because unfortunately one of the shades came damaged in shipping, but as long as I don't let it dump over, I still am able to use it. It's the shade Elvira here, but just, oh, look at this gorgeous, gorgeous color story. It's one of my favorite things. Like, I love everything about Unearthly Cosmetics, but not only do they do the most amazing artwork, like they get the most amazing artwork done for their packaging, working with a variety of really awesome artists, but they also just do the most amazing color stories, just super unique, super like funky is one of the best words that comes to mind. And I find it all just really inspiring. So if you haven't checked them out yet, I highly recommend that you do, because there is something for everybody and they have so many palettes and also lots of other amazing products to choose from as well. So go check them out soon, but stay tuned if you want to see the tutorial for this look. All right, so to start off with, I already primed my eyes. I used my Sheglam Ready Set Primer. I normally actually use a P. Louise base. I think it's the Rumor 0.5 one, but I just felt like using something a bit lighter today. I like this one a lot, but haven't used it tons to really kind of have a super official thought process on it. And so first I'm going to go in with the shade. Let me see if I can hold it up again. The shade right here, which is the shade Seance Weather. It's just a nice sort of deep navy. And I'm going to place that on the inner corner. I'm going to go for a two-toned sort of halo eye. So when I'm starting, I like to just sort of stamp the color down, and I also tend to go darkest out to lightest and then back inwards again. I just find that with most formulas that just works really well. Just like that. I'm gonna go catch up the other eye. All right, and then I'm gonna take the next shade. This is like a deep green, and it is called Movie Macabre. I don't know if I ever say that right, but that's how I think you say it. Anyway, it's gonna take that on a little blending brush and start stamping that on the outer corner. I never used to understand people using, like, I use normally a bigger mirror, and I never used to understand people using like handheld mirrors or like the mirrors with the palettes for their shadow, but I totally get it now. Like, it just, I can't live without this mirror. This is the Melt Cosmetics one from their Amore Mariposa collection, but I need more cute handheld mirrors now because it is a game changer. All right, that's about the depth and the shape I want for now. Again, we're gonna keep playing with it and finessing it. All right, and so to blend out the blue, I'm just gonna go with this light kind of lavender shade. I love like that kind of has this like grungy undertone to it, and that's in Unpleasant Dreams, as the Mistress of the Dark says herself. Oh no! I just spilled a bunch of Elvira all over the place. Oh, so sad, so sad. Another one bites the dust. I'm gonna use that to blend out the first shade. And dry off my brush a little bit. I had to do some spot cleaning because I have been putting off cleaning my brushes. Don't do that. Just clean them. Stay on top of it. Kind of almost has a sort of like periwinkle look to it, more than lavender. Ooh, the children sound super happy. Sounds like a daddy problem right now. Right, just like that. And I'm bringing this shade a little bit more across, just I'll have the two sort of blend out shades meet, just so that way when we put the shimmer on, there's not just like nothing above that. That's what I tend to like to do with my halo eyes. There we go. All right, so next we're gonna go in with a shade to blend out the outside. I'm not gonna hold up the palette anymore because I'm terrified of losing just all the rest of Elvira that I have. But here, I'll just give you a little finger swatch. We're just gonna use this shade. It is called Blood Curling, curdling, blood curdling. And I'm just gonna take that on another small little blending brush and start blending out this part. And I forgot to mention it in the last clip, but don't worry that you see like that maybe you're losing some of the depth of the darker shade that we put down first. That's why I said I start from the dark, work my way out to light, and then work my way back to dark to help re-add depth and perfect the blend. I learned that from the amazing Make Me Up Missa here on YouTube, also on Instagram, and that she is amazing, and I have she probably one of the key reasons why I grew at all with any of my makeup artistry. So I've never gone back to doing it any other way. And I'm sort of pressing it and then going to be doing some light blending. You could look for even lighter shades to blend these out more, but I just feel like if you work on the blend and finesse it, it'll blend out just the same as using a lighter shade. So I can't be bothered to go look in another palette for something lighter, but you, do what makes you happy, and I'll do me. Right. And when I'm trying to pull it out, especially with a shade that's maybe not necessarily like super light, I like to sort of almost like pull rather than do too many swirly motions, just because I find that it'll sort of diffuse the color and more into like a winged out shape, which I tend to prefer to do. All right, pretty happy with that. All right, so going back to the first shade, again, that was Seance Weather. And I'm gonna use that same first flat brush I was using, and I'm going to start bringing this into the lower lash. Not too much, just like that, because we're gonna blend it out. Just like that. All right, and then because I used a more blended brush for the outside dark shade, I'm going to go to like a flat sort of shader one. Use whatever kind of brush works for you and go back into that dark green, Movie Macabre, and place that on the lower lash. And just start connecting it to that outside. Sometimes I find it hard not to do a face when I'm doing the lower lash. I just want to like be like, hopefully someone screenshotted that. All right, and then I'm also just going to start re-stamping it up here. I guess I could have done that with the other one while I was working with it, but we'll just do that in a moment. That's what I'm gonna quickly do when I do my catch-up on the other side. All right, now going back in with a small blending brush. This was the one I was using to do the outside. I didn't really wipe it off, but like no additional product. I'm just gonna start to blend a bit more between the dark and the light. also just start dragging out that deeper shade a bit more. Really, like for anyone learning, the number one thing, I'm gonna put a little bit of that dark green on the brush just to pull it out a bit more. But really, anyone learning, the biggest tip I can give about blending in that is just to work in small amounts. You can always add more pigmentation, and just have patience. Work on it until you're happy with it. If you're happy with it after not much blending, great. Some people like to spend forever. I'm kind of an in-between, but just do what is working for you. And eventually you'll just sort of figure out your system and what works. All right, I feel like I'm happy with that. Actually, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that lighter green, the blood curdling, and I'm just going to go over this edge a little bit, just a tinge, just so I know that it's really has a good, like, you can see like the blend there. I think it looks good, but. And then I'm also, while I'm working with it, going to take a little bit of that and just blend out the edge a little. Alright, I'm going to keep finessing that and then we'll work on the rest. Okay, and now to do the inner corner. So again, the little blending brush that I used with the sort of purple periwinkle, whatever shade we're calling it. And I'm just going to put a tinge of the dark blue, and I'm going to start just doing light blending just to make those two colors mesh a bit more. A tinge of the periwinkle. All right, pretty happy with that. Finesse the lower lash a little. Try not to blow it out so much. I like a blown out lower lash to a degree, but not overkill, just because it can get out of hand pretty fast. All right, so now my favorite part, add the shimmer to the middle. I am gonna go in with my NYX glitter glue. I use this for all of my shimmers. I don't really tend to like wet my brushes or anything. I like going in with this like glitter glue, glitter primer. Personally, I find it just works really well. It doesn't do anything to my shadows and makes them pop. So I'm just putting it on my finger and I'm gonna dab that right in the middle and sort of lightly tap it out on either side, but stick pretty much in the middle. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Lily, which again, I'll just do a finger swatch because one, I'm gonna put it on with my finger, and two, I don't wanna lift the palette up anymore, but oh my gosh, just look at that. I'm gonna swatch it on the back of my hand for you. Oh, just look at that, how gorgeous that is. Absolutely love it. For only having two shimmers in here, like the shimmers that she put in here are absolutely killer. So again, just gonna put it on with my finger. Just tap it. Oh, just look at that like gorgeous blue green even reflect. And I'm just gonna sort of bring it outwards either way, but we'll be blending the edges in a bit more, so don't worry if you go a little too crazy. But I really really want that on there. Oh God, just can't get over. I can't get over it. Their mattes are amazing. Their shimmers are gorgeous. Unearthly Cosmetics kills me every time. All right, so just going back into like flat brush, I'm gonna go in with each of the dark shades and just feather in to blend that shimmer in with that outer and inner corner a bit more, and just do like light stamping because I just want that blend, but I don't want there to be any kind of harsh line on either side. And going in with the blue as well. Just like that. Oh God, I'm living for this look. All right, I think that's it for the eyes. I'm gonna go just finish finessing this, throw on some liner, throw on some lashes, something on my lip, who knows, maybe some other extra goodies, because sometimes I just love throwing extra glitter and gems, and we'll see what happens, but I'll be right back to show you the finished look. All right, we're back, finished look. What do we think? I didn't really add too much extra aside from I couldn't help myself. I used some of my Luxe B Aesthetics, their Chrome Flakes in Celine. Gorgeous. Again, can't tip this over too much because they're like loose. But I dipped that on the inner corner. Definitely a fun brand that you should check out. I'll have them linked below. And I put on some of the Ioni Cosmetics lashes from their Zodiac line in the style Fire. They're like a wispy cat eye. Oh my gosh, I am so hoping that their Halloween collection comes to my local Dollar Tree. I have like one Dollar Tree that I know of, and it's close by, luckily, and they have had the Ioni products, but I hope so bad that they get the Halloween styles. I wanted to buy the PR set so much, but unfortunately, not only did they only ship to the US, but you also could only use a US like billing address. So couldn't make it work, but hopefully maybe I'll get my hands on them from them coming to my store. Did that, threw on the Unearthly Cosmetics Satin Liquid Lipstick in the shade Diana. Diana. For a second, I second guessed myself. It's just like the perfect grungy tone. These earrings, if you've been curious, are from Darling Limited. You can find her on Instagram and on TikTok. Again, we'll have her linked. Most amazing, gorgeous jewelry ever. And then I also threw on a little bit of the Low Lights palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. I used the shade Low Light right there. It's not like, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of obvious. It's popping out. Gorgeous sort of purpley pinkish hue. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. So what did we think of the look created with the gorgeous Hauntingly Glamorous palette? If you have it, I hope that you are having so much fun playing with it, and maybe this is an inspiration for another look that you can create. If you don't have it, I hope maybe that it's still available, and if it's not, hopefully you can dupe it out with similar shades in your collection. That's always something that you can do, guys. You can always dupe out, use different palettes. You don't have to have the exact same palette that someone's using in a video, but you know, it's nice to get inspiration on what to do with a palette. I know I need inspiration quite often, but yeah, before I ramble on and on and on and on, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that you are liking the content on my channel and having fun and finding the fun, bold inspiration that I'm hoping I'm putting out there in the world. And I want people to have fun with their makeup. Just go for it. Do something different. Or do like what you always like to do. It doesn't matter if neutrals and just like a super soft look are your thing. Great, I'm so happy for you. But I just don't want people to be afraid to just try new things. So again, hope you enjoyed this. stay tuned for more content. Currently right now, I'm probably just uploading once a week as I get used to everything on here, but I'm having a lot of fun and I hope you are too. Take care. See you next time. Bye.